Hello everyone, this is Mr. Keenan, the principal teacher at Cuthbertson Primary School, and I'm making this video lesson to help any of our parents who are having trouble accessing Seesaw and helping their children with their homework. Following the pandemic, our school is now delivering all homework through Seesaw. This does not mean that all work must be completed using a tablet, but this is how our work will now be submitted. I'll talk more about that later. The first thing you'll need to do is download and install the Seesaw Class app. Please remember, it's the Seesaw Class app that your child will need to use in order to do their homework, not the Seesaw Family app. Once you're in, you will see you have an option to sign in as a teacher or a student. As we're helping our children do our homework, you will select I'm a student. At this point, it will open up your camera app. You might need to allow permissions of your device to use the camera. If you are prompted to do this, you have to accept in order to sign on using the QR code. At this point, you hold the camera over the QR code and adjust it until it signs you in. It might not recognise the QR code straight away. Try going a bit closer and going a little bit further away. This will help you to get on and everything should work fine. Now that we're in the Seesaw app, it's time to answer the main question, the one most important question that lots of parents have been asking for help with. Some of you are unsure how to tell if your child has homework assigned or not. Here, highlighted, you can see the Activities button. The Activities button has a little red 2 notification. This indicates that your child has got 2 pieces of homework that have still to be completed. And this is the easiest way to tell if your child has homework. Once you have pressed the Activities button, Seesaw will take you to the Activities section. Here, this child has 2 homeworks to do, one for phonics and one for spelling. I'm now going to try and help my child with the homework. First of all, I'll choose the homework at the bottom, which is for phonics. I'll start by pressing Add Response. This homework has to be completed on the tablet. And you can see there is an option at the top to view instructions. This homework is designed to allow the child to think of the sound that would end each picture. If I was unsure, I can click View Instructions at the top and it will give me more information. Now that I am viewing the instructions, I can see clear instructions on what to do. We've already pressed Add Response, and now it's telling us to tap the T tool, type the letter to spell the ending sound for each word, press tick to review your work, and tick again to submit to your journal. Let's follow these instructions together. So now, just as in the instructions, I'm going to select the text option. When the text box appears, you can use the keyboard to type in whatever you need to add to your text box. In this case, I'm typing the sound to add to the word car. Here, I've used the handles to resize my text box. This will make it fit in the space just perfectly. And remember, you can do this with your child and encourage them to start to do this independently the more confident you and they become using Seesaw. In this picture, I've used my finger to move the sound over to the correct position. And by following the same principle, I've managed to fill in all of the details for each picture. Another way you could fill in these gaps is by using the pen tools at the bottom. There's a hand for moving things around, a pencil, a pen, a highlighter, a fancy pen, and a rubber to rub off anything you didn't mean to do. You can have a play about with these the next time you're using them. And of course, there are the tools at the side. We've already used the text box, but you can also add audio or pictures to support whatever you're doing. Once you're happy with your work and everything is finished, you just press the tick at the top right corner. You can see it highlighted in red. And now the homework has been submitted. You can see here that it's waiting for teacher approval. This feature is to ensure that nothing inappropriate ever makes its way into Seesaw. Each item must be approved by a teacher, and that will keep our learners safe. Now that we have completed one of our homeworks using the Seesaw and the tablet, I can see that I've still got one notification for another activity. Let's press on to activities and see what it is we've still got to do. We've got the spelling to finish. Now, this is a little bit different as we won't be using the drawing tools or the text box, but this requires your child to complete their work by hand in one of the jotters provided by the school. As a school, we also value written work, which is written by hand using traditional paper and pen. And so we have provided each child with a lined jotter and a squared jotter so that they can complete written and mathematical tasks at home. You use your camera on your Seesaw app to take pictures of whatever it is that you have done as your homework and send that in as your response. And I'm going to go over that with you in the next slides. So, having clicked on to this task, you can see I'm presented with a different screen. I've also still got the option to view instructions should I need to. But I'm going to click on to the photo so that I can take a picture of the work my child has completed in their jotter. To do this, I simply click on the photo icon and it will open up the camera within Seesaw. Now I'm trying to get the best photo of the work, holding the camera above the work, keeping a good distance, and for handiness you can use any of the 3 green buttons to take your photo. Try to hold the device still to get the best picture. Once you've taken the picture, it will come through to the familiar screen we used before. You can use the tools at the side or the tools at the bottom to add anything you want to the homework. For example, if there was part of the homework your child found tricky, you can use a text box to let the teacher know this. Or maybe you want to add a little extra details. You can do this using the tools at the bottom. Once you're completed, as before, use the tick at the top right hand corner to submit your work. And now we can see that both of our items have been added to the journal and are waiting for teacher approval. This means that the teacher can see the work has been completed. You'll also notice that our activities has not got a notification. That means we can pat ourselves on the back and we know we finished all of the homework for this week. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for